Oh great, another PlayStation 2 controller. I picked this up at an outdoor flea market, and yeah, it's got some problems. The thumbstick isn't supposed to look like that. Also, I'm pretty sure there's some tears in this cord. Yeah, we definitely got a couple tears on this cord. I'm gonna have to use the heat shrink like I loved doing last time. Yeah, I actually, so story behind this controller. This was at an outdoor flea market and legitimately had been sitting on this dude's table for at least a year, because I've been going to this flea market quite regularly for quite some time, and I always see it there, and I always laugh at this stick that's just kind of floppy, and I was kind of, well, it's still there. Well, it's getting towards the end of the outdoor flea market season, and I offered the guy finally, he's like, will you take $1 for that controller? I feel bad for it. And he said no. He said he gets $10 for PlayStation 2 controllers, which I laughed at and pointed out, your controller's busted. Like, I'm gonna have to rebuild this. And he went back and forth on it, and then I just was like, nah, I'm good, never mind. And then he stopped and he's like, all right, you can take it for $1. I'm like, okay. I really just felt bad for this controller. I don't need this in my life. I don't need another PlayStation 2 controller or anything, but I just felt bad for it sitting there, and you know, I didn't want it to end up in the trash eventually, so here we are. It's on my bench. I actually did plug this in, tested it. All the buttons appear to be working. It's just our thumbstick is a little busted and it's filthy. These screws don't want to come out of here. There we go. This one seems to be blocked by spider webs. Is that all of them? Did I get all of them? I think so. Oh, holy cow. All right. Oh boy. Oh, that's literally like seized solid. This one okay, this one kind of spins. Wow. Okay. This is actually worse than the green one. I had somewhat high hopes, but this is actually worse. Oh, this is a piece of plastic. I don't know what you came off of. We'll put you over there. Oh boy. That is terrible. Trying to get this to spin free again. I may have to look up replacement rumble motors for this. Oh, because that is not spinning free. Okay, let's remove all that. Oh, oh my God! Look at that. That's like a spider nest or cocoon thing. Oh, that's disgusting. That's how long this has been sitting, like on that dude's table. That things were living inside of this. Look at this. I hope there's nothing living in there currently. Everything just has a little layer of rust on it, because I guarantee you this just sat outside on the, oh no, we lost that little peg. Oh no, that little peg broke off. Well, that's sad. Oh, this is, this is awful. Oh, boy, I hate this. All right, let's look at this side here. Oh, okay. Hilariously, this one works, even though it's that rusty. I only bought one replacement thumbstick because I only knew one side was bad. I kind of wish I bought two, because this is all sorts of janky looking. That looks terrible. That capacitor has seen better days. What even is that capacitor? I'm gonna have to see if I have one of these, because I do want to replace that. That looks, so let me bring this up to the camera here. So we got this little capacitor here. I don't know what that capacitor does, but I don't think it's doing whatever it does anymore. Look how rusty this guy is. And this was working when I tested it. She's not in great shape though. This one, well, we're missing the whole stick on that one, so that's pretty obvious. That's where this boy's going. And I'm gonna try to see if I have one of those capacitors as well. Oh, where do we even want to start with this thing? What capacitor is this? We have, okay, I think it's 6.3 volts. 22 microfarads. Let me see if I have one of those. I'm gonna pause this video while I look. Okay, in a surprising twist of fate that I honestly did not see happening, I actually have something similar. So this appears to be 6.3 volts, 22 microfarads. This is 10 volts, 22 microfarads. So this should work just fine. I actually have a replacement capacitor. Okay. This is still a jank, terrible mess, but you know, at least I can do something here. All right, let's start something. All of this is gonna take a bath in an ultrasonic cleaner. My workbench is just disgusting right now. All right, I'm gonna start taking this to my ultrasonic cleaner. I'm not gonna run it yet, but I want this out of my way. Oh, we gotta remove our broken stick out of this. I'm just gonna use some isopropyl alcohol on a toothbrush here. Try to clean up as much of this corrosion and just junk off this as humanly possible. So a genuine question for the people that are watching this. Would you prefer, so I hate filming like when I'm out in public. Like I don't like doing that. Would you like to see stuff like that where if I see something like this, like I don't want to film haggling with someone because I just feel like that's very intrusive. But would someone like to actually see, I don't know, like when I'm digging through stuff at a flea market? Is that something you guys would like to see? Or nah, just jump to this part here where I already have this mess in front of me. Let me know what you people want. I will try to give you what you guys want, if I can. I'm gonna take that off. Take these pads off. Why did the board turn that weird white color? What is happening on this board right now that it just... I got hot solder on me. That was cool. Why did this board just turn that white color? What just happened there? I've never seen that happen before. What was that? That was strange. I wonder if it's gonna do it again. All I'm using is isopropyl alcohol. I don't know why it would cause that sort of reaction, where everything would turn white like that. That was weird. This, I'm gonna soak in something. Maybe CLR? Would that be smart? Is that dumb? I don't know. What could I soak this in? Maybe WD-40? All right, we're gonna play around with some ideas on this one, because that's really stiff. Now let's remove some of these broken bits. We will need to remove this cable here because we have a couple of damaged bits. Let me use a little wipe on this to clean off this cable here. So we definitely have one tear here. If that's our only tear, that's good news. This is actually like less dirty than that green controller was, but it's more rusty. So it's interesting how this is it's a different different level of poor condition. Yeah, I think that's our only tear. Wow, I was honestly expecting more. I'm not disappointed by any stretch of the imagination, but pretty happy that there's only the one tear. Just have this guy right here, and that's it. So I didn't really properly look at it. I actually bought a 900-piece set of heat shrink tubing because I thought this would have numerous tears like the last one. I'll use that for other stuff, obviously. It's not, I didn't buy it just for this one, but that's funny. I was like, I know I'm gonna have to redo this, so let me buy the heat shrink tubing now. And I just have one tear. That's weird. The white is coming back on this board again. I don't know what that is. If anyone knows what's going on, let me know, because I don't know what's going on. I'll grab my little helping hands here to help keep this stabilized. I need a better set of helping hands because I can never properly get this mounted up somewhere that makes it easy for me to work on. So we got that out. I'm gonna set that aside for the time being. A little more isopropyl alcohol. All right, I want to take off that capacitor as well. Let me take note. I don't know if this has listed. Okay, so positive is up there. Oh, I guess that does come out. Okay, I was just completely wrong. Let's just take everything off this. So now let's remove this capacitor here. I don't know if this capacitor was completely toast or not, but it didn't look like it was in the best condition possible, so might as well just replace it as far as I'm concerned. So now we're gonna remove this here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I do believe that was one of our pads. That came off. That's not good. We have now lifted a pad. I think that's just a ground pin. I think that was a ground pin. I think I'm fine. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. Why are you watching this? What am I doing? What I'm gonna do is drench everything in isopropyl alcohol some more, because everything sucks. All right, now we're gonna put you back on. I thought I bought a PlayStation 2 thumbstick. I did not. This does not line up. Well, that's dumb. But I guess this video's on hold for a minute. I could shrink wrap this, I guess, while I'm waiting and replace that capacitor. But now I gotta order the PlayStation 2 thumbstick. I guess I could have looked at them and could tell that it's not the right size. What did I even buy? I hate the internet, man. All right, well, this video is gonna have a dramatic pause in the middle of it while I wait for another stupid part to show up. Let's just put in this capacitor. Where's the white stripe? White stripe. So we got. Does anyone else have just like a bunch of random capacitors just that they just own? Is that a normal thing for most people? I don't know. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Whoa, Sean, you silly goose, you. Just went that way. All right, so negative side is that. That's right, this capacitor was chilling on the underside of the board. There we go. That's better. All right, let's get some solder. All right, trim down those legs a little bit. I thought I had trimmers. I don't know where they are. So we're just gonna use my needle nose pliers. Yeah, that looks terrible. All right, Sean, find your trimmers. What are you doing? Found them. That looks much better. There we go. All right, let's get some heat shrink tubing. Let me pick one out of these 900 here. What is a good size? This is a good size? Do I have a slightly larger? This appears to be slightly larger. This will just barely clear the pins. Go on, get in there, go, go. Come on, little cord. Come on, little cord. You can make it through. This is how I feel every time I try to put a turtleneck on. Get in there. Holy cow, we got it. That took forever. All right, let us find the brake again. Where was it? Where was it? Where were you? Turn on my heat gun. There it is. There she be. All right. That is definitely looking a lot better now. So now we can reattach this cord, which I definitely did not take a photo of the orientation that it was in. So, you know, that kind of sucks. I do believe it was like this though. Nope, it was definitely the other way. Because I did take a photo and this was facing this way, so. I'm gonna add a little bit of flux. Okay, that's about as much as we can do for now. I'm gonna find something to soak these in. That's junk. That turned out to not be what I needed, so that's cool. But you know, we did something. We replaced a capacitor that might have been bad. Let me think, what can I soak this in? I don't know if CLR would be bad. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna soak this in something. Also, I'm gonna throw everything through an ultrasonic cleaner. We got our PlayStation 2 controller back out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and it looks so much better. It looks fantastic now. I mean, it's still scuffed up and it's still, you know, beat up. It's at least in presentable condition and usable condition. I did find something fun though. Remember how we had that little spider's nest, you know, inside? You might have been thinking, well, where's the spider? You know, I hope the spider isn't inside that still. There it is. It's inside of this this button. Ooh. Oh, well, that definitely exploded. I did not mean for that to happen. Yeah, there's our little spider that left the nest. I don't know if it was alive when I threw it in the ultrasonic cleaner, but it's certainly dead now. This little spider is gonna have a proper burial in my trash can where it belongs. Okay, there's another little leg. Just take that with us. So where are we with this? It's been a couple days. I've got brand new thumbstick for this. It came in a pack of 2, so we'll just use the one because I think the other one works. If not, I'm gonna cry. The other thing that's fun, I'm currently soaking the motors. Do you remember how rusty the motors were? Currently soaking those in white vinegar to try to get the rust off. This one's freed up. Oh, this one's spinning pretty good now. Oh, wow. Okay. I would say this one's basically done. Still a little crunchy in one spot, so I might let it sit for just a little longer. But this seems to be basically done. And the other one is this one. This is the one that was seized completely, and it's still seized. Oh, we're spinning a little bit. Okay. Ooh, now we're actually spinning. Not spinning as freely as the other one did, but now we're actually moving. Okay, I'm just gonna let this soak for a little longer as well. And then we'll attempt to put this all back together, guys. Hope you guys are as excited as I am. Okay, well, let's take these out to dry now. These should be pretty darn good by now. Yeah, that's spinning pretty free. What about our stuck one? It's spinning. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good now. Oh, we're moving now. Let me grab something to kind of clean that up with. Oh, the rust is really just cleaning right off of this too. That cleaned up really well. I mean, that doesn't even look like the same motor anymore from before. Holy cow, I'm impressed. The question that I have, because I genuinely don't know, because I really have no idea what I'm doing ever, is white vinegar gonna be bad for the internals of these little motors? I don't really know. I have no idea. Should I have looked that up before soaking it in there? I don't know. Probably, but you know what? That ruins the fun. So we're doing a science experiment, guys. That's what this really is. It's a science experiment. I'm actually gonna use some isopropyl alcohol as well. Let me grab some of that. I'm just gonna kind of have that soak in there for a little bit. All right. Wow. There's still just crud coming out of these things. All right, I'm gonna let these dry off and we're gonna solder in our new thumbstick here onto the old controller. I should probably replace the other one too, but if it still works, I'm gonna keep it. Is it noticeable? Honestly, this one still feels pretty smooth on the right side here, even though it's pretty rusty. So I'm gonna leave it. If it doesn't actually end up working or there is a noticeable difference between the two, once I have this installed, I'll just take it back apart and fix it. So one of the pads did lift off when I was desoldering this. I'm pretty sure this is just a ground. I'm pretty sure I don't need to have it. I mean, you need a ground, but I think because there's a couple, I think you can lose like one of them or two of them or something and it's still fine. I'm not really sure, but I'm just gonna attempt to put this pad back on, even though I don't think it's gonna work. And then if for some reason this does not actually work, I'm going to, I'm struggling with this pad. If for some reason this doesn't actually work, well, it's probably because of this pin here, and I'm gonna actually have to properly fix it. So we're hoping that I don't need to. Got some flux on there. Let's start throwing some solder down and hope we can fix this. Well, it's on there. It's certainly not as pretty as the factory job, but it is on there. Let's put the rest of this back together now. And we'll have to get the little rumble motor soldered on here. That's in place now. Okay, now time to put those rumble motors back on. Did I just lose one? Where'd that go? Well, there's that one. So we can solder this one in place. I don't know where the other one went. How did I just lose a rumble motor? Found it, it rumbled its way to the floor. So red was the top spot. These look like they're on there. Our smaller rumble motor here. And then same thing, red was at the top. Let's put this thing back together now, finally, right? I am excited for this to finally be back together, and we are just gonna cross our fingers and hope that it just works, you know? After all that. We've put a bunch of work into this. Whenever putting these controllers together, it's best to put the twos on the top here. The twos. Your left trigger and right trigger, or two for your controller. You want to put those in last, because otherwise, if you leave them in when you go to reassemble this, sometimes the two, or your left trigger and right trigger, will actually bunch up the membrane as it's closing, and the button won't work, and it's very frustrating. I hope that made sense. All right, let's find out if this thing actually works after all that. Okay, I know the lighting is not gonna be ideal because I'm now somewhere else, but my controller is working again. Here's the thumbstick we replaced. If I push up, you notice the car is traveling up now, brake, all of that works. And we can look around, or we can steer. All of the buttons are working on this. And I don't know how to show off, but the rumble is working. I don't know how to show that. I don't know if there's something I can put it on where, maybe I put it on my GameCube here. Can I get it to make a noise? I don't know if you can hear that. That's it rumbling on my poor GameCube. But as you can see, I fixed the controller. Let's go back to the blue mat. Okay, we're back at the blue mat and everything is a mess. I have so much to clean after this thing, but we got this working. You know, listen, I shouldn't sound as surprised as I am, but I really didn't expect those rumble motors to ever work again, considering they were just kind of like completely seized up. And also, we had to replace this thumbstick, and then the left thumbstick works and feels just fine, even though that was absolutely rusty and disgusting mess. The shell is still obviously super scuffed up and is always going to look at least a little bit rough on the outside, but let's just go over everything that we did so far. So I picked this up at a flea market for $1. It had been sitting outside for God only knows how long. Inside, rusty, there were bugs living inside this thing. We evicted them, ran this through the ultrasonic cleaner, got this thing nice and clean again and looking better. I'm not gonna say it looks amazing, it looks better. We had a torn cable, which we covered in heat shrink, and honestly, looks really good, looks good. This thumbstick was completely snapped. I have it somewhere, where is it? That thumbstick was completely snapped off and broken. So we replaced that with a brand new one. And oh yeah, that capacitor up top, that was a rusty, disgusting mess. I think I have that laying around, yeah. So we replaced that with a random capacitor that I actually had laying around, but that worked out perfect. A lot of work went into fixing this to get this thing looking good again, and I'm pretty happy with the fact that we were able to save this PlayStation 2 controller. I know it's just literally gotta be millions of these things, like, but still, you know, if I can save anything from the trash, I'm gonna do it. I don't care how many of these exist. Someone somewhere will be happy to use this controller and enjoy it. And I'm glad that I was able to save it so someone can enjoy this controller and hopefully enjoy some awesome PlayStation games again, like Gran Turismo 4, like I was just using to test this thing out. Well, all right, that's it. That's it for this video. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel. Goodbye, everybody.